Now, you're going to do this again in the spring, but it's a very easy skill to do right now. All you're really much doing is looking at an atom of an element, seeing its atomic mass number, counting and adding up. And that's about it. It's a very simple skill, but it's something you will do a lot now and a lot in the spring when we do more calculations in chemistry, okay? At this point, you're going to be given the formula, so you'll know exactly, how many of this and how many of that and how to add. Down the road in the spring when it gets really fun, you're going to be given the name, not the formula. And you got to know the formula and then be able to add up and multiply and do this skill. So we're going to expose this to you now. So you understand it now to some extent, but then in the spring, you'll really understand it, and this will be so easy to you. And again, this is just another skill that we're giving you now. We're exposing it to you now, giving you practice now. Okay? You will be so thankful 2-3 years down the road from now when you're taking high school chem. Just these skills right now that are very doable at this level, that are very easy if you practice. Not only you doing this will give you confidence, not only you doing this will give you confidence, it'll also just give you a good foundation for the high school, because that's what it's all about here. Okay, we want to get you ready for the high school. We want you to learn a lot here. So let's say you take chemistry 2 years from now, as most of you will. You're going to have a lot of stuff. But the cool thing is a lot of what you do up there, done here. And when it gets really hard, you'll be familiar with a lot of the basics. And when you have those basics down, when it gets really hard, I mean really hard at the high school, you can spend more time on the harder material. Okay, that's the goal here. So we're trying to get your feet wet with being challenged. We're trying to give you exposure to many topics just to familiarize yourself to go in ready to go when you take chem. And a lot of kids have come back and told me they're very thankful that we expose them to these topics because it makes the course a lot easier. They can focus on the higher level stuff more than starting from the basics. So this is a very doable skill, very easy. And you'd be amazed at how much you could do. Many of you did so well at that balancing equations quiz. I mean, it was amazing. Okay? Little things like that. Just wait till you see how much you can do this year. It's going to take hard work. But I promise you, a couple years from now when you're taking chem, I think you're going to be very pleased. Okay? I think you're going to be, as long as you work hard, you'll be really pleased. Okay. I'm going to do the first 4 problems on here, on this sheet, and then you're going to do the rest of them. Is that clear? And I actually will go over the answers in class. Okay? I don't want you doing these until Wednesday at the earliest. Wednesday of this week at the earliest, maybe Thursday. Okay? So I'm filming it now because we're going to be filming other videos this week. All right, first one. Carbon dioxide, CO2. Okay. We'll write it down. CO2. That's the first one. All right? So right there, you have to know how to count atoms. As I said in the other video, you've got to be able to count. Now watch till I set this up. I'm going to go C. How many carbons do I have? 1. 1 times. And then I look up the mass of 1 carbon atom. And you look down here, it gives you 12.0. So you write, here's 10, even if it's 0, here's 10. 12.0, just leave it like that. Equals. Come back to that in a second. Then you've got a plus sign here, because you're going to add up the total. Oxygen. And I see there's 2 oxygens here. So you're going to go 2, and then each oxygen's atomic mass number is 15.99, so we'll make it 16.0. Okay? Equals. And then add it up like this. Look how nice it's set up. Nice and organized. The more organized you are, the less of a chance you'll make a mistake. Okay? This is easy. But what happens down the road when you have like a 7, 8, 9-step problem? When you're taking honors chem, when you're taking honors physics, when you're taking AP chem or AP physics, you have really long problems. You have to train yourself to stay organized. Okay? When does it start? It starts now. Better to start now. Okay? The earlier the better. So watch. 1 times 12 is 12.0. 2 times 16.0 is 32.0. And you just add it up. 12 plus 32, 44.0, and the unit will be, as we talked about the mole in class, and if you're watching this before Wednesday, we haven't talked about it yet, but Wednesday we'll be able to talk about it. It'll be grams per mole. And that's your answer. So the first one is going to be 44 grams per mole. Okay? So again, count, right? Symbol. upper, upper. Remember we're talking upper, upper. Atom, 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 atom. Okay? Each one is 12 carbon, the mass. 1 times 12 is 12. 2 times 16 is 32. Add it up. Very simple. There's no hard math here. But you're going to do this a lot later this year. A little bit now, later this year. And this is all you're going to do. But it's a very important skill. Okay? So when you get the Ken down the road, when the teacher teaches it from scratch, you're going to be in great shape. You're going to anticipate. And when you anticipate and have some familiarity, again, you're one step ahead. And then when the problems do get really hard, which they will, you're not going to be starting from step 1. You'll be ahead so you can spend more time focusing on the higher level material. And then G, those grades really count. What happens to your grade? Your chances of doing well increase. And an A in chemistry in high school looks really, really good. Okay? So there you go. Pay the price now, get the benefit now and later. Number 2, I'm going to put it right below so you see the difference. Number 2 is Al2SO3. Okay. Now, this is, Al2O3. My fault. This is called aluminum oxide. Eventually, I'm just going to write the word aluminum oxide. You have to do that. Something that's not hard. Don't worry. I promise in the spring you will totally understand how to do that. Okay? All you former students now, I know you're laughing at this stuff, how easy this was. Oh yeah. I know. List it out. Now notice, upper, lower, upper, lower. Remember that? That is an atom. This is an atom. Okay? So let's list it out. So we're working with aluminum, right? And we're working with oxygen. And we're going to add them up, guys. Watch this. Here we go. So aluminum, I've got 2 aluminum. I've got 3 oxygens. Now, what is the mass of each aluminum? Each aluminum has a mass of 26.9. So we'll round it up to 27.0, right? And each oxygen, again, has a mass of 16.0. Okay? So now add it up and let's see what we get. 2 times 27 is 54.0. Here, I'll put a line right here so you see. Okay? 3 times 16 is 48.0. Okay, so you've got 54 and 48. So now all I got to do is add them up. 54 and 48 gives you 102 grams per mole. That is the molar mass. That hard, guys? 102. But you can put 102.0. That's fine too. That will fix that to 102.0. One thing we don't do here is significant figures. That's something you will do at the high school, and that would address a lot of these issues with rounding and everything else, okay? All right, so that's 2 already. See how easy this is? But it's just so important to set it up. Please, it's a good habit to get into. All right, so the first one was 44 grams per mole. The second one was 102 grams per mole. Okay, I'm going to erase these 2 with my awesome eraser. Watch. Look at that. Clean. Perfect. All right, here we go. Hey, by the way, going international here. People in Mexico we're watching these videos. Argentina, I've got Poland, I've got France. I don't know how. It's kind of cool though. Truly going international. Okay. Third one. C6, H10, O5. Oh no, that's a big one. Easy. All right, so let's count them out. Capital letter, so it's an atom. Capital letter, so it's an atom. Capital letter, so it's an atom. And again, if you remember why I'm kind of emphasizing that, I don't know if you remember the last video or a couple videos ago when I was going over capital, upper, lower, and kind of got cut off from the top. See, I didn't forget that. So I just want to reinforce that now, okay? Because again, I'm new at this stuff, this videotaping. Here we go. So step 1, write down what you have. C-H-O. Count how many? 6 carbons, 10 hydrogens, 5 oxygens. Parenthesis, parenthesis, parenthesis. Oh boy, each carbon has a mass of 12.011. We'll make it 12.0. Each hydrogen is about 1.00. 1.0. Each oxygen is 16.0. Okay, so notice we set this up beautifully. We're going to add it up. It's a big one though, guys. Oh boy. All right. So 6 times 12 gives you 72.0. 10 times 1 is 10.0. 5 times 16 gives you 80.0. Okay? So we've got 80. So we're just going to add these up. 72 plus 10, 82. Plus 80 will give you 162.0 grams per mole is the molar mass of C6H10O5. Okay. Pretty simple. All right. And then we'll do one more. All right. So we'll do ZnCl2. And now I like this one because it has that upper lowercase thing here. So when you see this, you've got upper lower, upper lower, upper lower. Put a box around it if you want. All right. That's one piece, one atom. Upper lower. That's a lowercase L, guys. Upper lower, upper lower. Put a box around it. Here's the other part. So now we're working with zinc, right? And we've got chlorine. All right? And then we put zinc in here. We have one. We'll put one there and two here. One zinc, two chlorines. Okay? And then let's fill in the masses. The mass of zinc, one zinc atom would be about 65.4. Okay? 65.4. And two chlorines. Each chlorine gives you about 35.5. Look at that. Perfect. Okay, nice and evenly. You're going to add these together. Bring it across. 1 times 65.4. 65.4. 2 times 35.5 gets you 71.0. Okay? So when you add it up to get the molar mass, you've got 4, bring down the decimal, 6, 136.4 grams per mole is the final answer. Okay? So zinc chloride is 136.4 grams per mole. Okay. All right. So you do the rest on your own. And again, I will visit this on, we'll talk about this on Wednesday. I have to finish the rest of 2 with the phase changes, which is rather simple. We have a lot of familiarity with that already. And then we'll start to transition into this. So this will lead you into another skill. We'll show that video later this week. Okay? So you got to keep working hard, guys. These are practice problems. I'll put extra ones on the website for you. Okay? So now you should be able to balance. You should be able to calculate density. And you should also, once, you know, I tell you, I would say by Thursday or Friday this week, you should be able to do these molar mass calculations. Okay? So that's where you're at right now. And that's it. You got to keep working hard, keep at it. And again, all this will pay off. If we can knock this out now, if we can knock a lot of this stuff out now, you wait and see how much we can do in the spring. And you'd be amazed at what you could walk out here with, how much knowledge you could walk out here with. It's not going to be easy, but it shouldn't be. You got to learn to work. This is the year to do it. Because I'm telling you right now, you saw on Alumni Day, these kids came back saying, hey, when they take a heavy course load, it is a lot harder, as it should be. Okay, but we're just getting you ready. All right, we want you to be ready so you're not shocked next year. So you start off with a good start. Okay, all right. So that's it. Great job, Penn State, Mr. Siggins. Hey, you're awesome. You know what? Your team's great. They're the best. See what happens at Ohio State. You know, I bet they even lose to Illinois or somebody like that too. They'll have another trip up in the Big Ten. All right, get practicing. Let's do it. All right, I'm done. Uh-oh, the bottom part cut out a little bit. Shoot. Here we go. Take a look at that. 136.4. Okay? You know what? Since that bottom part cut out a little bit, I will... Hold on. I'll read you the answers. Let me zoom out a little bit. Let me read you the other answers real quick, just to make sure. Hello. Again, carbon dioxide was 44 grams per mole. So number 1 was 44 grams per mole. Number 2, Al2O3, aluminum oxide, came out to be 102 grams per mole. Number 3 was, it's already up there, 162 grams per mole. And number 4 was 136.4. So I'm sorry if that bottom got cut out a little bit. Okay, again, I'm doing my best, okay? So those are the answers. You work on the rest, and we'll give you the solutions later this week. All right, Science Help Desk every week. A lot of tests next week. All right, good luck. Have fun.